mostly like comfortable cat. Like I like dressing in comfortable clothing. Like if I'm not in sandals, I'm not comfortable. If I am trying to get like a little swaggy and stuff, I do like repping the stuff I like wearing, like the anime clothing, all the Hypeland shit, the iClude, like I love all that shit. Just like wearing the stuff that I like, the stuff that I wear or appreciate in life. Hypeland is an anime brand. Like they do collaborations with certain animes or like studios or whatever, and they get like the permission, they make the clothing. And then iClude is one of them as well that do this stuff. Right now, my favorite anime is One Piece. Since 1996, bro. Manga ran up until like 2003, 2004, and then they started running the animations from there. So that's why like the manga's super like ahead of the. I was born in LA. I grew up in South Central. Half South Central, half Ecuador. So I lived in like kind of both. So I would go to Ecuador over the summer and then come back for school. So like that was like kind of my life for a long time. I moved from the Valley because when I was a kid, I got kicked out of my elementary schools for fighting a lot, kind of ironic. And I got kicked out of 2 schools, and then my mom told me, you're a fucking dumbass, you're gonna start coming with me to my job in Studio City, and you're gonna commute. Eventually she got me to a school out there, and she liked how I acted, I guess. From there I stayed in the Valley, going to school, and then I think around high school is when I moved out there officially, and then I haven't moved since. It's calm, so I like it. My first street fight was in Ecuador against my cousin. I was probably like 6 or 7 years old, and it was pretty funny. My uncle got me all riled up and got his son riled up, and then he got us to fight. They had us like little roosters and shit, just fucking fighting each other. And I just remember one day just ducking. I remember that day ducking and just giving him an uppercut and then making him cry. And then I was like, oh, I can fight. And then that was my first fight. Yeah, I literally ducked and then went whip, like a Super Mario fucking punch. But yeah. I can't really say like I grew up there, like, cause I was just there months at a time. Like the most time I've been there was like 6 months, but that was like later on in life when I was already older. Man, like just the experiences in Ecuador is different. You kind of value things more. So a lot of things that a lot of people don't kind of see or value here in the States, a lot of people value out there, especially like hanging out, like, you know, like friendships. A lot of people don't value friendships out here, I think. Out there it's very cherished, especially family as well. Like everybody dies for their family. They'll die for their friends too, but at the same time it's just a very open, it's a different and open world where I feel like everybody should experience in any country. When I was a kid, I grew up watching boxing. Like I grew up watching boxing and understanding that, kind of like liking it. And then I found the UFC when it was barely coming up, and I found it just flipping through channels, and I just saw someone get head kicked, and I was like, what the fuck is this? I was like, you can use your legs to kick people? Like I only saw like, you know, like John, what's his name? Jean-Claude Van Damme. I always fucking forget his name. I would watch him do shit like that in the movies, or like Bruce Lee or shit, and I'm like, oh, that's fucking cool. But then seeing like an actual like live thing, or like just like on TV, seeing someone get head kicked, I was like, what the fuck is this? So then, like, you know, I started kind of like looking at it through like my high school years where I was playing football. Then eventually I dropped out of college and I was getting chubby, and I was like, I should learn how to defend myself. It won't be that bad. And then eventually, like, I found a UFC gym probably close to my apartment, and I was 19 years old. I was like, fuck it, let's do it. I just kept going, and then eventually I started going 3 times a day. I was just obsessed. I lost 25 pounds in a month and a half. 2 months later, they offered me a fight, and I knocked the guy out. But he was 10 years older than me. He was 29 years old, and he was 9 years older than me, and I was 20. I had just turned 20. I've been playing sports since I was a youngin'. Like, I've always had that competitive drive. I've never like did any type of like combat sports. I did wrestling to get better at football. I didn't see the benefits at that time, you know. I didn't see what could it actually like led me to, you know. I guess it was always the dream. I just saw, the way I saw John Jones, the way I saw Anderson Silva, like the way I just saw people bring Muay Thai into MMA and outstrike people and just toy with people, you know? Like what basically told me like, fuck, I need to get my striking solidified was when I saw Anderson Silva. It was a knockout that got him into the UFC. I don't know if anybody's seen it, but it was in a yellow cage in Brazil, and he went, yeah, that one. That's exactly the fight that got him into the UFC. So like when I saw that shit, it was like, I was like, what the fuck is that? And he's like, he has a Muay Thai background. So I just started looking it up. And I was like, what the fuck is a Muay Thai background? Like, what the fuck is Muay Thai? Then I started seeing fucking videos in Thailand, motherfuckers repping shit, throwing elbows, motherfuckers getting knocked out. I just looked up the first Muay Thai highlight and I was like, yo, this shit is different. I was like, this is not no boxing. This ain't no kickboxing. This ain't no fucking karate. Like, this is real right here. This is like, you can get kneed in the face, you can get kicked in the face, elbowed in the face, like shit like that. So it's like, I'm like, nah, this is what I want to learn. Like, you know, fuck jujitsu, like fuck all the rest. This is what I want to learn right now. I was like, if I can solidify this, like, no one's gonna be able to want to stand up with me. I was like, I gotta learn to just fucking defend a takedown. The way I was watching MMA at that time, you know, I was like, that's what my mindset was. So I was like, you know what? Let me just fucking get a bunch of Muay Thai fights first, and then I'm gonna go transition to MMA. So that's what I wanted to do. That was like always my plan. You know, like at first it was like, I gotta fucking murder this guy and yada, yada, yada. But now I just feel like I'm an assassin, man. Like, I just know what, like, and it's not even like, I'm hunting. Like, I'm hunting for my prey every time. And the reason why I feel that way is just because I have a goal right now and I wanna achieve it. If anybody's in my fucking way, you will die. Like, I have no remorse over that shit. Like, if you step in my way, God forbid, you know, you're my opponent, you're anything, like, you know, you're a person just hating on me, you know, you're a person just trying to disrupt my rhythm, my fucking vibe and all that shit, I will slap the living shit out you. But at the same time, like, if you're my opponent, you're in my fucking way. I will fucking remove you out the way. If you don't want to get out the way, I will kill you. It's different, you know, back then it was just like, no, like, fuck everybody, like, I just want to, like, focus on my rage, but, like, all my rage went away from all the training. Now it's like, what do I focus on now? What do I use to fuel myself? You know, now it's the drive for the goal, the drive, like, you know, to be better than, like, you know, to be one of the best in the world. That's my drive. You're just a bump in the road right now, and I just gotta get over you. And if you wanna fucking stick your hand out, I'll step on it. Like, fuck you. I'm trying to be a surgeon, man. I'm trying to be a surgeon, hence the surgeon of death right here. MMA, I don't really have a lot of achievements yet. I fought for a belt, that's about it, but I didn't win it. But in Muay Thai, I was a national champion, and then on top of that, I was an IFS champion as well for promotion. Yeah. And I went undefeated for 3 years. I guess my 14-second knockout MMA debut, I feel like that put me on the map pretty big. That was my first MMA fight. Flying knee or spinning elbow. Or the Khalil Roundtree body kick, the grounded one. I want to land that motherfucker. That's probably above the other two, honestly. I just want to land one of those, like, just straight to the stomach. That shit is disgusting, man. I love that shit. I love it. But yeah, that would probably be first, like the Khalil Roundtree, like grounded body kick, and then probably a flying knee and then a spinning elbow. Because I know I can land the other two. I know I will land those. Those shit's eventually gonna come. But that one's pretty fucking hard to land. You know, so, you know, everybody goes for fucking flying knees. Everybody goes for spinning elbow, you know? But that shit specifically, that is demoralizing and soul snatching in my eyes. I feel like you have to be well-rounded, man. Like, if you focus on one, then you lack in the other. So, you know, being as well-rounded as possible, you know, in my experience, everybody wants to take me down, you know? But as soon as you trade, you're in danger, you know? So it depends, you know? Like, I don't know, I can be biased and be like, yeah, striking for sure, because that's the way I did it. But other people can be the other way. But I don't know, I just feel like sometimes when you're too much of a grappler, it's kind of hard for you to get used to striking. Instead of when striking, getting used to grappling is a little bit different because, you know, you're still in the fight, you know? In grappling, you don't really throw any punches. They're not used to it, so they're not used to that form. But other than that, yeah.
What about in self-defense?
Grappling for sure, man. Take them to the ground, choke that motherfucker out, walk away with no harm. Being considered one of the best in the world. He fought hard fights. You gotta fight hard fights, man. You fought all the hard fights, you became a champion, but you did what I just wanna leave a message, You can do this shit. Whatever you set your eyes onto, no matter how old you are, no matter how young, no matter what background you come from, you can still achieve whatever the fuck you wanna achieve, Whether it's fucking being a UFC champion, one of the best in the world, or, the best fucking whatever you wanna be. That's what it is, Like if you feel like you just walk through everything, or I don't wanna look at the end of the day and be like, I could've tried harder. Start fucking grappling. Start fucking grappling and believe in yourself, man. Because I know 18-year-old David didn't believe in himself. So start believing in yourself because there's a lot of things that are coming for you.